Hey, welcome to Book World: The Great Escape. I'm author CJ Peterston, and over here is my co-host author Michael Scott Clifton, and down below we have Sarah Garrett with us with the Golden Quill Writers Club. We have a new streaming service, so thank you and welcome, and bear with us as we learn this new system because it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So, Mike, how is your author world going?
It's going pretty good. I think I talked about this at the last podcast we had. Finished my latest book, and I finally got the book cover the way I want it. So the book cover is also finished, and so it'll be formatted the end of August, and of course, sometime hopefully by the latter part of September, my 10th book will be published, and it's been about a year on it.
Congratulations.
And thank you. It's been quite a journey. Usually I'm about good for a book a year. And I really like this book. I really like the cover. And so I think it's going to do well. And so now it's just, we have published books. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Once you get the book published, then some real work begins. Once you get the book finished, then the real work begins to get.
Do we get any teaser in it?
Well, let me see.
I know I keep them secret, so right. I don't know if you wanted to give any teaser on it.
I'm trying to think. My mind just went blank. About the tagline is "Love, litigation, and one meddling fairy godmother." So that ought to give you sort of a, it's funny. It's kind of like along the line of Pringle Prawn, which is another, book that I published that was humorous. And much like Pringle Prawn, the book is it's going to pure escapism, and it's an enjoyable read. I hope that most people, when they finish reading, will be, happy and satisfied. I don't claim that they'll be one brain cell smarter. They'll just have enjoyed, hopefully reading the book. So, and this past weekend, we were at the Walworth Harrison Public Library, and we had Author Fest there. There was over 70 other authors here of all genres. Oh, wow. From historical fiction to nonfiction to fantasy to, romance. And ran into some old friends there, some of which we have actually had as guests here on Book World. And so, we had a good time, sold some books and got to network with some people I haven't seen, some fellow authors I haven't got to see in a while. And so I really enjoyed that. And those kinds of things I like to do, whether or not, you're going to sell a bunch of books. I do like to try to touch base with fellow authors, at events like this, and because it's always good to keep up with what other people are doing. And then in September, I got an invite from the East Texas Writers Guild to speak on a subject we've also covered here on Book World, which is the pros and cons of critique groups. And so I've had a good run of it, dry run of it here on Book World. So I'll be loaded for bear, obviously, when I do that presentation. And they're a great writers organization that are based in Tyler. And again, I know a lot of the authors there, and CJ, you as well. Mm-hmm. Sarah, you even might know some of them as well, because we're kind of all in the East Texas region. And then the Arkansas Comic Con in Little Rock is going to be the 18th, 19th, and 20th of September. And that's a huge Comic Con they have at the State Convention Center in Little Rock, Arkansas. We've been doing that for even before pre-COVID. So it's long. 3 days is pretty long for a Comic Con, but we're looking forward to that. And then October, we have the Longview Art Walk, which is quarterly. And then in November, the Deck the Halls events they have actually here locally in Mount Pleasant. And I always seem to pick up stuff now between then, as far as events or speaking of book events or speaking events. So it's going to be pretty busy, but I'm kind of looking I will say this, I don't know how it is in Oklahoma or in Texarkana, but I'm ready for this 104 and 105 degree heat to be out the door and for some cooler weather. So anyway, with that, yes, that's the update.
Well, speaking of networking, next week we're going to be talking about the value of networking and how to start it. So thank you for bringing that fact up. That is next week's topic. So make sure to check us out next week at 4 o'clock. But next week, actually on the 29th and 30th, I will be down in Piney Woods, down in Lufkin, Texas, doing the Piney Woods Comic-Con. So my Sunday costume will be Galadriel. So make sure to check us out. I'll be running the floor down there. Tons of fun. Great guests. Free parking as usual. Kids 12 and under are free. PineyWoodsComicCon.com. Get your tickets. The guests, Peter Dante, Vic Mignogna, Michael Sorge. There's tons of guests. Steve Staley. Make sure to come down there. Check us out. The vendors are always amazing. Food, great. Panels, awesome. Check us out. Make sure to come down there. PineyWoodsComicCon.com. Great floor manager. Tons of fun. Trust me, it's awesome. I'm currently working, almost done on the tail end portion of the multi-author book that we're working on with the teens. When I did the Christian Fiction Writers Conference, we did the sci-fi fantasy one, and the teens and the one adult that I'm working with, the first book in the trilogy is almost done. So we're on the tail end portion of that. And then I also have the trilogy myself that I'm working on, which should be ready this spring. But that first book with the trilogy with the teens is almost done. I'm super excited about getting that one published soon. I will tell you later about marketing calendar for other Comic-Cons coming up. But in the meantime, we have Ms. Sarah Garrett of the Golden Quill Writers Club with us. We had a little bit of a schedule snafu earlier, so we're super excited to have her on. Sarah, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We have had several of your other writers with us, so we're super excited to have you on yourself. Would you mind sharing a little bit about the Golden Quill Writers themselves?
Well, the Golden Quill, we meet every second Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock in New Boston, Texas. And we have a crew of about 25 members. Not everyone comes to every meeting, so it's a good variety often. We have different events that we have during those meetings that we do lots of different things.
But you're not just writers, though. That's the cool thing about your crew. It's
we
not
have
just
writers, and we have illustrators, and we have editors, and we have book cover designers, and I think that's all, proofreaders, all the writing things we have in our group.
So it's a great networking place to be.
It really is. We have a lot of authors that have gotten their books edited and published because of this group, because of the editors and the other people. And they've had book covers made by the other members of our group. And so it's been a really good mix of people.
Yeah, I know, like we've had Dana Wayne on. We're going to have Cal Davis on in September. He's one of yours.
Yes.
So super excited to have him on in September. Second week of September, I believe, is when he's going to be on.
Yep.
And Dana Wayne also.
Yes, and Dana Wayne's been here multiple times.
Members.
Love her. She's a spitfire. Love having her on. So, but when you guys do have it, you guys have a couple things that go on. You mentioned a couple different things that you could have at any given time. What do you guys normally do during your meetings?
A lot of times we try to have a speaker. We don't always have a speaker, though. We just do challenging writing games. We have a synopsis writing. We do have the foods. A few times we've had some potlucks, like during the holiday season. A lot of people may or may not come, or they're not focusing on the writing right now. So we kind of take a step back, play some games to do with writing, and have some food. So it's been pretty fun. We do a lot of different things at our meetings. So,
and critiquing, we were talking about critiquing.
Yes, we do a critiquing night. We have different speakers on different subjects. Like right now I have a list. There's 2 more new subjects that are coming up. Next month we have Tish Hicks. I don't know if y'all have heard of her. She is an author that's local here, and she's going to be speaking in our group in September.
Oh, cool.
So,
So,
awesome. So how did the Golden Quill Writers Organization? How did it begin? How long have you had?
well, this is our second year closing off in October. So, just some people got together and wanted to do a group locally, and it's just slowly grown from there.
Okay.
Now, where do you meet?
There is a community center in the middle of New Boston on Rice Street.
Okay. And how do they find you guys? Because
Our website, which is listed where?
It's
down below,
somewhere.
there's like a little
on the
ticker.
bottom. Yeah.
Okay, our website is listed there, and all of our members who have turned in their information are on our website on the About Us or Meet Us. And so you can find out our address of where to meet and some different details about our group, and all the links to every single author or person who has, a presence online has their information there.
Okay. You can also head over to Facebook.
Yes, we're also on Facebook, Golden Quill Writers Group, and we have a public page. And if you join as a member, you also get into the members group. So we
Okay.
have discussions there, and we have benefits, like we help each other with ideas and things like that. If we have a question about editing, or, who can we get for this particular job, we have conversations in our private group that are not on the public page.
Well,
Sounds
Carolyn
like-
Dean says, lovely to see this live right now. And she said, out to check the website. Carolyn, wait. Don't leave yet. You still have 15 minutes to learn more about it.
So it sounds
Well,
like
we have a lot of published authors, and we have some award-winning authors as well.
Wow.
So it has grown since last year. It's
it
been
sounds
really
like
fun.
a diverse group. So you've
We
got
also
publishers,
invite
illustrators.
children. If you have children that are interested in writing or any aspect of writing, they can come as long as they're old enough to sit still for the meeting and be engaged in the process. If their parents are writers or illustrators or whatever, the kids can come also. And we have a few kids that come.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Actually, I like that because you're encouraging the next generation.
Yes.
So we had talked before the podcast began. The topics, as far as what y'all discuss, you actually email that out like ahead of time what the agenda will be. Okay.
For all of our members, we have a group me. We do email and we do text, and we announce it on our Facebook private group.
Okay.
What our meeting is going to be about that next month.
Is this something y'all discuss at the prior meeting? Say we need to do
Yes.
this the upcoming. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we kind of plan ahead, and then if we have a speaker, sometimes I'll have to be speaking with the speaker separately and then get their information to post on the page.
Okay.
So
You also mentioned that there's toward the end of whenever you have a speaker, sometimes there's a drawing or something.
yes, we do. We have door prizes each week. Sometimes it's books. Sometimes it's our author books that we have that we just, give away for our members. And sometimes we have just other little door prizes that have to do with writing, or sometimes not. Sometimes it's been even a candle. It just kind of depends on what we get.
Carolyn says, "Oh, I love that you have kids. So few groups do."
Yes. And our youngest adult member is 18. And that's Damian Wayne. She's on our website as well.
Okay.
So we have a large range of age group in our group.
Do y'all ever host writing contests?
No, we have not done that yet.
Okay. So that might be something that, because you had mentioned again, but prior to the podcast, as far as hosting writers conference and that's a work maybe in progress for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Being just a 2-year-old writers organization, sounds like y'all are doing quite a bit. But I know that some writers organizations have writing contests specifically for younger writers. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So, and that's having been a former public educator for 38 years, getting kids to read is hard enough. Getting them to write is
Mhm.
almost
That's
bridge too far. So
talking about that. I do have, not to self plug because I want this to be about the group. I do have 2 writing challenge books that I've made over the last year. One is for young children, and one is for middle-aged school, middle grades. So, because it's just like a picture and a challenge for them to write the story, and it makes it fun. They can color it. I like challenging the next generation because we need analog books still.
right, and a lot of them, you know, they are actually talented, very talented writers.
Yes.
They lack either the you know, there's really no event, no contest to actually participate in, or they lack the confidence because they've never really, you know, been approached to actually do something before. But you're right.
And they haven't been exposed to it really, to know that they can.
And you were hit the nail on the head when you said anything that encourages younger readers, because I think we can all safely assume that every author or writer started out as an avid reader first. Most of the places I go are populated with very few younger generation folks, and you know, so yeah, encouraging the younger generation to start in the writing process, to me, is something that's very noble cause.
Yes, I agree.
Carolyn said amen to needing analog books.
Yes.
I say amen to needing books, period.
Yes.
But I love the fact that you have such a wide range of authors, ages, and even just genres, period.
Yes, we have a lot of genres that are great.
Yeah, and I know some of the authors, so I do know some of the different genres that you do have in your group. And I love the fact that, you know, they can teach, you know, the various ages themselves, because I'm sure that each one, you know, probably come in different ones speak at different times, I'm sure, because they can each bring a different aspect to the group themselves. And that's the beauty of a writing group itself.
Yeah, we've had some of our members be speakers. I've done a few of the lessons, you know, the speaking. Different ones of our members have done it, and we've had people that are not in our group come and be visiting speakers. So we've had a good variety, I think.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of a writing group. So if somebody wants to be a member, is there a fee for this?
Yes, it is $25 a year. And we start that in October, so it's not during the holidays. We've started it over in October last year, and that's just what we've stuck to.
Okay. Now, do they have to pay the fee for like the first time they come? Can they kind of
They can come the first time and check it out. They can come and check it out and see what, if they want to join, and what we do and the different things that are available for the perks of being a member. And they can come and listen to a few meetings. If it's a spouse, I think it's $35 a year for the couple.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. We've just talked about that recently because we've had a few couples come in, and the children are free if they bring children with them.
Okay. What if a spouse is not a writer?
We've had a few spouses come anyway.
Okay.
We have one member who comes from Hope, Arkansas, which is quite a ways for him. And when it was getting dark earlier, his wife came with him.
That's what I'm saying. What if a spouse isn't a writer?
To the meetings. We haven't had any problem with that. No, we haven't made her pay.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
No, they can come and see what the group is about and join in however much that they would like to. Okay. They're just not on the Facebook page, the group page.
Yeah. So do you have a link on your website that if someone wanted to join, they can use the link, or do that actually have to show up to a meeting?
They show up to a meeting, but they can also email us from the website. We have contact information on the website.
Okay. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So do you have any future plans for anything bigger, or just kind of staying?
Well, I like the writing contest idea. I haven't thought about doing a conference, but we've talked about having different things this year and having, I like the idea of the contest. We may have to discuss that and see what we can do. Yeah.
Carolyn has a you question. She wants
Okay.
to know how you got started writing.
Oh, how did I get started writing? I've been writing since I was very young, probably, I don't know, middle school. And it just grew from there. When I was, I guess 2015 is when I first started officially writing. Before then, I wrote poetry and short stories and things like that. I love to do essays. And after 2015, I slowly started writing different books, homesteading books and things like that, which none of that is public available right now because those are really bad. They were all ebooks and I've taken them down. But right now I'm working on a children's story. I have discovered that I love the writing process and I love all the things that go along with it, but I also love to illustrate. So my children's story is taking longer than I wanted it to because I want to do the illustrations as well.
Oh, okay.
Now, I do have a question. Poking around on your site, did I see that your authors' books were on that site?
They are not on our website, but there's links to them.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes, there are links to all of the authors that have submitted their books, that have submitted their links to our group. Then we have those on the website.
Okay, cool. Carolyn says crochet book. I'm a lefty, and
Yes,
you're gonna give up teaching me.
I have done a crochet book. I have a crochet YouTube channel that's kind of slowed down a little bit over the last year, but I love to teach crochet. I love to crochet. That's one of my other passions. So,
well, I love that you love to promote your actual authors themselves, because you were all, even in the email, you're like, I want to promote the group themselves.
yes.
You sent me pictures of your authors themselves and their books. You didn't send me, a list of it. You sent me about the authors. And like I said, when I was poking around the website, you actually have promotions about the authors themselves. And I saw the books about the authors. That's specifically why I asked that question.
That's part of the benefit of being a member of our group is we try to promote our authors. And we have an author highlight each month on the Facebook page, the public page, and in the local shop where we have also, I don't think I've mentioned that, we have a local shop where we have a bookshelf full of all of our local authors' books. And so we have a monthly highlight on that. So several of our members help out with the different aspects of the group doing those things.
That's cool.
So speaking for myself personally about the importance of writers organizations, such as the Golden Quill Writers. So when I started years ago, there was a writers organization here in Mount Pleasant. And the only reason I knew that was through a fellow teacher. So I don't know that I'm that different from a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of confidence, like as far as writing. Of course, again, love to read books, that sort of thing. But until I started attending this writers organization, I understood and got a sense of what it took to write. And actually, and this is the most important part as far as I'm concerned, the encouragement to do so. Because you're never going to start off as a polished writer. You're just not. No, I don't care what your background. You can have an English master's degree in English. You're just not going to start off as a polished writer. And had it not been for a lot of the members of the organization that I belong to, the writers organization, I would have given it up almost from the jump, because you do need that kind of support. And a writers organization, much like Golden Quill, is very important, whether you're an experienced author, but especially when you're first starting out. Would you agree?
I agree. I totally agree. This club is the only reason I would say that I'm continuing to pursue it, because I didn't have any reason to do it. So I've just now got back into it since I've joined this club, got back into actually writing and getting back into the process of it and thinking I'm able to do it, Because when you don't have the motivation and the camaraderie of different people around you, you think, that was something I used to do. I don't think I'm very good at it.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't do it. And so you get the friendship and the camaraderie and the motivation and the inspiration from other people, even when you're not actively publishing right now. It really does help.
Yes.
So I agree with the question that I'm about to ask you. We didn't quite finish that. Which bookstore was that at that you said that they were featured in?
The Stained Page in Texarkana.
Okay,
It is a wonderful little cozy nook.
that's cool.
So it is a nice place. It's a coffee shop and a bookstore.
That's cool. And I like the fact that they feature one each month.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice of them. That's cool. So we have about 3 minutes left. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Come join our group. Come check us out. If you're a writer in the local area, come see what we're about and see if you'd like to be a part of our group.
Well, and not just writers. Like you said, there's writers,
Yes,
graphic
writers,
artists, there's
exactly.
illustrators, there's
All the
pretty much
things.
anything
Anything to do with
book-related.
books. If you love books, then you're welcome.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you making sure that you were able to come in here. The link itself is in the chat. It's also been scrolling across the bottom. So it's been in the ads all through there. It's very difficult, very long to spell out, so I won't say it. But you're welcome to head over to their Facebook, which is Golden Quill Writers, and I believe that it's on that page. So
Yes.
you're welcome to catch it there. Sarah, Garrett, thank you for coming by and joining us today and sharing about the Golden Quill Writers. It's very much been a treat. But this is also part of the networking that we're going to be talking about next week. Next week, we're going to be talking the value of networking and how to start it.
Yep.
Why do we do it? How do we do it? Is there a benefit to it? Well, this is one benefit to it right here. And it shares it why, how, and exactly how to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, thank you for having me as well.
Sarah? Yes, thank you.
The Golden Quill Writers sounds like a great club, and they sound like a great group of people. And like I said, I know we've had a couple of them on. We're going to have one of them on here on the 2nd of September. Carolyn says networking is key, and it is definitely true.
Sure is.
Like I said, we're going to talk more about it next week. Same time, same box, 4 o'clock here.
See you then.
Definitely. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.